Have you guys heard of a perfect black body? It's essentially a lab created uh, box that fits the parameters of what would be defined as a black hole. Now, this came about from the PTR Institute back when light bulbs were first invented. They were trying to figure out what the best filament was. So, to find out what it was, they had come up with a object that was a perfect absorber of all radiation and a perfect emitter of radiation based on its temperature. So it absorbed all radiation going into it. And it was just essentially a box with a hole cut in it. But they had seen that the electrons in the walls of the box, they theorized that they would create these waves that would go back and forth, left and right. And once these waves reflected enough, they would create standing waves. Now, the left and right waves, you can think of that as you worrying about the future because of certain things from the past that's in your subconscious. So your conscious and subconscious, masculine, feminine energies in your left and right. And eventually, so these standing waves, you can think of these as us when we become non-reactive to the outside external world. And once we do enough self-reflection, the thing that was bothering us no longer bothers us. And what happened after this was what's known as the ultraviolet catastrophe, where they had seen that the ultraviolet light, UV radiation, just kind of went up in infinite energy, which didn't make any sense. Now, this is where we get the Planck length from, because Planck, he had the idea to come up with a smallest unit of action. This is where we get the path of least action from, and it was called a quantum. And when he had applied this, he had seen that it kind of created like a trough as far as how much energy atoms have. So most of them are somewhere in the middle, and then a few of them are right at the ends, at like the high end, like violet and indigo, and then some of them are at the lower end, like red and orange. Now think of this as human souls, is that most souls and their path to evolution are somewhere in the middle of this trough, while a few of them are in their first or few incarnations, and the other ones, like guides or teachers, are at the other ends. And eventually, once your soul evolves enough, you no longer can actually come to this density of reality, this dimension, because this perfect black body, like I had said before, is just a black hole. And just like how Earth is essentially a perfect black body for the evolution of souls, now that it's being theorized that our universe exists within a black hole, it does. That's the cycle of samsara, cycle of reincarnation. So as your soul evolves, you are no longer able to match the frequency of this dimension or this density, and you leave this reality, this because we are in our entire universe exists within a higher dimensional black hole. Anyways, I hope you guys found this interesting, tying together perfect black bodies and Planck length and all that. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it, and a comment if you found it interesting or have a question, and I'll catch you in the next video.